learn the moves, katas, same as everyone else. But it's how we apply these teachings to our lives that render us able to call ourselves martial artists. From the outside looking in, a martial artist may appear as a cool kind of person or a awesome way of fighting and defending yourself. And this is undoubtedly a part of the process. But the essence of art everywhere is the ability to express yourself, and martial arts is no exception. What makes a person a martial artist is the understanding and application of the teachings outside of the dojo. A true martial artist will make every attempt to apply what they learn into their personal lives. Martial arts instills and or strengthens many traits within the minds of men, including freedom, self-expression, interpretation, perseverance, among many other things. The most crucial of these traits, however, is diversity. As a martial artist, you come to appreciate the many people and styles around you and learn to be creative, which is a boon in and of itself, though it does not end there. We all have our personal experiences and applications of what we're taught, but what it presents within all the lives of martial artists is the desire to be better than you are the day before in all that you do. Being a martial artist is a lifestyle, a beautiful and diverse one that is certain to encourage self-betterment within the practitioner. And thank you for listening to my testimonial.
Thank you, Matthew. And at this time, we're going to have Madison.
Read to me. I don't know how to.
Okay. Is my pool too loud, or can y'all hear me good?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So why I should be a black belt. Ever since I was 5 years old, I always wanted to become a black belt. When I stepped foot into American Tigers Dojo, I was so excited. A new journey for me was about to begin. To me, a black belt is someone who always persevered even when they felt like giving up. Through the art of karate, there are many ups and downs. There are also a lot of obstacles and fears to get over. For me, my one fear growing up was sparring the boys. I always thought that the boys would beat me up in a sparring match. I despised sparring them in tournaments or even at practice. After my first couple of tournaments, I watched an abundant amount of women spar the men. From then on, I wanted to conquer this fear. I think becoming a black belt will help me grow and become a better version of myself. After moving up to Tallahassee, I still wanted to continue doing martial arts. So we looked around for a couple of places and I found a new style. I found Taekwondo. After 2 years, I received my black belt for Taekwondo. Another reason why I think I should be a black belt is because I always upheld a positive attitude no matter the cost. There were several tournaments where I lost in my division. Was I sad about it? Of course I was, but only for a little bit. I would always congratulate the winner with a smile, wipe away any negative thoughts, and train harder for the next tournament. As a future black belt, I will continue to train hard and pass on my knowledge of Pan American Goju. I will always help the younger students in this sport, as so many mentors have helped me when I first started. I have much more to learn and I am looking forward to the challenge. I will always remain humble and I am always ready to learn. Thank you.
Thank you, Madison. Next person. Deidre.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would first like to say thank you to Hanshi Amando for accepting me as a student and training me the past 7 years, along with Sensei Winnie, Sensei Zaid, Sensei Chris, Sensei Carl, Sensei Kevin, Sensei Mark, Sensei Armando, Sensei Desmond, Sensei Kokami, Sensei Mapson, and Sensei Chris, Sensei Moses, Sensei Orlando, and Sensei Juju. If I missed anyone, charge it to my head, not my heart. Also, along with many white to brown belt karate, because you all have played a major part in me reaching such a major milestone in my life that I thought was unreachable, and I'm forever grateful. Why should I be a black belt? I should be a black belt because I'm a white belt who never gave up, and I'm respectful of my fellow human being. I understand training in karate is not something to brag about. It's to be used only if my life or someone's life, family, friend, or acquaintance around me is threatened. Because the skills I have learned in karate can cause serious injury to someone or possibly death, unfortunately. And I have a deep responsibility to only use karate if I'm backed up against the wall, can't escape, and have no choice. Also, I do not easily get upset by someone's nasty words, because it's just that, words. Words can't harm my body. So I don't make decisions in haste and will not resort to using karate because of someone's nasty words or bullying. I have grace under fire, knowing how to diffuse a difficult situation and keep it from escalating when confronted by someone screaming in my face and using foul language. I do that by staying calm, taking a deep breath, maintaining a distance from person, listening to the person's concerns without passing judgment, and trying to make a personal connection somehow. I'm confident in my Kihon, Kata, Kumaiti, and Kuburu. And knowing a second, if needed, I can pull my training skills out of me in an instant without hesitation when attacked physically. I have good reaction skills and an indomitable spirit because I have kept training since 2013. I'm humble because I know there is no end to training. Every day there is something new to learn from everyone, not just senseis, but white belt to brown belt karatekas. In spite of the pandemic, I have adapted to training online with this new media for me called Zoom. And I still have a willingness and am dedicated to improving my self-defense skills. I've gained full and disciplined control over my entire body, mind, and spirit in order to achieve greatness for myself in karate. In conclusion, I should be a black belt because I have good character, a good attitude, a fighting spirit. I am respectful, responsible, and have self-control, qualities that are just as important as the ranking process. Thank you.
Thank you, Deidre. Now we're gonna have Chris.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. These past 10 years have been the most impactful years of my life. These past 10 years, when I came back to martial arts, I have learned so much about myself and about the world in general. When I first returned to the dojo, I had no idea what I was doing. All I know is that I wanted to train and finish something that I began as a child. But after that, I finally understand that there's a never-ending point with martial arts. There's always something new to learn and always something new to shoot for and train towards. I am beyond grateful that I have made it this far and even more grateful for the amazing martial arts family that we have. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and this village has truly raised me and helped me become the person I am today. I have learned patience, persistence, hard work, compassion, dedication. I have gained wisdom. I am a warrior. I have tasted sweet success and even sweeter failures because those failures propelled me to even greater success. I have become a leader in everything I do. People respect me and hold me to a certain expectation now. So I try to set that example on and off the mat to inspire people to be the best version of themselves that they can be and never let anyone stop you from achieving any goal that you want to accomplish in life. And for that, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has played a part in making this day possible. Thank you to my extended Goju family. Everybody here means the world to me, and I look forward to the days when we train. Thank you to any other master who has given me guidance or wise words and the laughs along the way. And last but not least, thank you, Hanshi Armando, for being there for me in many ways, and in many ways that few people have been. You have given me so much inspiration, and I'm just truly grateful for everything. Thank you. Bless.
Thank you, Chris. And now we're gonna have Mr. Zaid.
Good evening again, or good afternoon, I should say. All right, why should I be a black belt? When I first heard this question, I found it odd and difficult to answer. You see, I am the rank that I am simply because my sensei has determined I am that rank, and I will always leave it up to my sensei to determine my rank. It is said that a black belt is someone who has mastered the basics. I cannot say that I have mastered the basics. I still practice the basics regularly, and to this day, I still discover new skill sets within the basics. Perhaps I have mastered the basics of the basics. Whatever it is, my sensei must see it. My sensei has been teaching karate for over 40 years. Over the years, I have been honored to train under my sensei. I have learned so much. Yes, I've learned how to block, punch, kick. I've learned how to fight. I've learned how to perform kata to the level of winning a gold medal in the Olympic Games, competing against people across the world. But I've also learned patience in dealing with others. I've learned how to see greatness in others. I've learned how to encourage others. I've learned how to love to teach others what I have been taught, and so much more. My wish, my dream is to open my own dojo and pass on the qualities my sensei has taught me to the next generations of Black and brown girls and boys. I want them to realize the greatness that lives within them. I want to help them see it. I want to help them pull it out, display it, and wear it proudly. And yes, I also want to teach them how to block, punch, kick, and perform kata to the level of Olympic gold so that they can show the world their greatness. I still have so much to learn from my sensei. Perhaps when I can answer the question, why should I be a black belt, I would have learned enough. Till then, I keep learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Zaid. And now we're going to have Carl.
Okay, good afternoon again. And for me to answer that question, I go back to when I started practicing with Hanshi Coburn. From a child, I always had the desire to practice martial arts, but never got around to it for various reasons, whether it was because of my football or track career, as well as not having a dojo in the neighborhood to go to. So that never presented itself. I did not start practicing until I reached my mid-40s, when I took my kids at the urging of my wife to Hanshi Colburn's school. And she discovered him through the Panamanian connection. So we have to put that in there because we are Pan American Goju. And I started taking my children to class, and for some reason, she remembered I mentioned that desire to her years and years ago. And she said, okay, why don't you go ahead and practice while you're there? And she gave me the go-ahead to write the check. So my journey started. And through that journey, I remembered two sayings that were said to me. One, by Hanshi Coburn, and he said, and that came back to the same thing, saying by Miss Boris, a black belt is only a white belt that didn't quit. Then we come back to Sensei Horn, and he whispered in my ear one day, I forgot if it was at a tournament, I think it might have been the tournament in Georgia. I am a 45, 46-year-old white belt. I think I had to be the oldest white belt in the whole building. And he came up and he whispered in my ear, stay in the dojo. So I stayed in the dojo. And what I have learned from my practicing in the dojo, through a whole lot of pain, hurt, and otherwise, we learned how to punch, how to kick, how to do katas, how to fight, because back in those days, that seemed like that's all we ever did. But above and beyond that, what I learned was the application of the principles in our oath. And I use those in my everyday life, whether it be respect, diligence, perseverance, commitment, and discipline. And I apply all those things in my everyday life and everything else that I do. And I go back to the principle or the aspect of, I know I can do karate, have practiced karate, have stayed with it all these years, have matriculated to the rank of black belt. So when I see something else in my path that may seem difficult, daunting, new, foreign, or whatever the case may be, the fact that the things that I have learned in karate and apply give me more impetus, give me more strength, belief, and courage to say, okay, whatever this new task is, we can take care of that one too. That said, I want to thank all of the senseis that has worked with us, has worked with me over the years. Of course, Hanshi Colburn and Mrs. Colburn. We have Sensei Kokami, Sensei Taylor is here, Sensei Kevin, Sensei Armando. And I'll never forget when I started practicing and Sensei Armando came back, Junior came back from college, and he would come in and all the kids were terrified of him because of his hazel eyes. And the first time I met him. But through all these years, the influence that the entire dojo and everyone involved that has taught me with the discipline and the new things that we learn, I practice that in my everyday life and everything else that I do. And I want to thank you all as well.
Thank you, Mr. Call. And now we're gonna have Mr. Kevin.
Hey, thank you. All right. All great testimonials thus far. Thank you for your time again. At this time, I am going to give my testimonial focusing on the current meaning of the black belt for myself. The meaning of black belt has transitioned and evolved several times over throughout my lifetime of training in the arts. The physical attribute of a belt, no matter the color in the simplest sense, for many serves the purpose of an accessory to hold articles of clothing in place. When I first received the black belt, to me, it represented simply as a symbol of accomplishment and distinction. After many years, as I continued my journey through training, my current perspective of my belt takes a symbolic form in the mental state as I reviewed several definitions for the word belt while contemplating this testimonial. I would like to begin with the first Merriam-Webster definition of belt, which says a strip of flexible material worn especially around the waist as an item of clothing or a means of carrying something such as tools. As a black belt, the word flexible and phrase means of carrying something such as tools from the first definition describes my evolution of flexibility to learn, execute, endure, and continue to consume knowledge and skill sets to better myself. The knowledge and skills obtained through martial arts training developed me over time and are now the tools that I carry within myself on the daily that is secured for retention and expansion with my belt. To continue on, another Merriam-Webster definition of belt states a continuous band of tough, flexible material for transmitting motion and power or conveying materials. This symbolizes for me those who set the path before me and those who will continue to pave the way for generations to come. People of the art who have created this beautiful material of motion and power that has been transmitted to so many who choose to learn and embrace the teachings and knowledge. Personally, I started to physically consume this material and skills with my family at a young age and have been fortunate to be in the position to continue my journey training and sharing with an extended karate family. It is in this family that I have endured and become another part of the machine, conveying material and experience to those that I come in contact with. I would like to close out with one of the verb definitions of belt, which simply says to strike or hit. As I truly understand our arts, religion, and beliefs of peace, it is my responsibility to defend myself and take this verb definition of belt to strike or hit when my life or the life of those I hold dear are threatened and face imminent danger. In the times we are currently facing, my number one priority is to make it out alive and back to my family. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Kevin. Last but not least, Armando.
Hey everyone, Armando Coburn Jr. So when I sit back and I think on what it is about karate, I often consider and compare to the life lessons that we learn in life. And often in life, we learn what to do and what not to do. And I think that's a great analogy for karate as well. And becoming a black belt or in practicing karate, we often focus on what karate teaches us, but we never focus on what karate teaches us not to do. And that's clearly the opposite of what we learn every day. So as others have mentioned earlier, karate teaches us not to use force and violence as a first act, but we learn to use self-control. We learn to use discipline. We learn courtesy. All of these things that we repeat, those become the first pieces of the solution, while the others become items that we in the back of our head are able to address and identify as things not meeting the need for karate, or not meeting the immediate need for karate. So why I believe I should be a black belt and why black belts should continue to exist from this style is to continue to pass on that knowledge, those nuggets, those pieces of information that we often don't discuss all the time in every meeting, but we're able to pick up. And as that knowledge builds from person to person, that helps to create the better picture. As they often say, the sum of the whole is greater than the parts combined. And that applies here to karate as well. Sorry. So in closing, and I'll keep it short since everyone else has hit on some of the other points. What I just wanted to highlight is that ability to recognize and to be able to support and show for the next generation what are those key values that we continue to learn and grow even to this day in a style and an art form that has existed for hundreds of years. It's always showing what's next, what's new, what can still be achieved, and being able to pass that down and show for the next generation.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. Call, who is going to present the black belts certificates.
Okay, all right, good afternoon again. And we're going to recognize our first dans today. And the certificate, again, as we indicated earlier, Diploma of Advancement. This is to certify on this day. And as I call your name, please raise your hands. Miss Memuna Abdul Rahman. Please raise your hand, everyone see you. Mr. Matthew Mackey. And Miss Madison DeRosa. Has made great progress in the art and ways of Pan American Goju Ryu Karate-Do systems. These martial artists are hereby awarded their diplomas of advancement to first dan and entitled to wear a black belt with all the duties and privileges of that rank therein under the hand of Hanshi Armando Colburn and Renshi Winnie Colburn. This day of February 28th, 2021. Please give them all a hand.
Thank you, Mr. Call. And now we'll go to Mr. Zaid, who will recognize the second dan.
Good afternoon. Diploma of Advancement. This is to certify that on this day, Ms. Deidre Boros has made great progress in the art and way of Pan American Goju Karate Do system. She is hereby awarded the Diploma of Advancement to Nidan Second Dan and entitled to wear a black belt with all the duties, privileges, and that rank gives under my hand this day, the 26th day of February 2021, excuse me. Signatures by Armando Colburn and Winifred Colburn. Please give her a round of applause.
Thank you. And now to present the certificates for the fourth Dan, Kevin Bellamy.
Okay, thank you. All right, so fourth Dan, I'm gonna call the names before reading the certificate. First up, we have Mr. Carl Brown. Wave your hands. Next up, we have Mr. Zaid Abdul Rahman. Thank you. Next up, we have Christopher Bynes. Thank you all. Thank you all. So this Diploma of Advancement, this is to certify that on this day, Mr. Carl, Mr. Zaid, Mr. Christopher has made great progress in the art and science of Karate Do martial arts combatives. This martial artist is hereby awarded this Diploma of Advancement for fourth Dan black belt and is entitled to wear a black belt with all the duties and privileges of that rank given under my hand this date, 27th day of February in the year of 2021. Approved in recognition by Hanshi Armando Colburn. It is with great expectations, recognitions, and pride that I joyfully bestow all the higher requirements, responsibilities, duties, privileges, rights, and this martial rank on this martial artist. These martial artists.
Thank you. And now I will present the certificates for the sixth dans. Pan American Goju Martial Arts Association Diploma of Advancement. This is to certify that on this day, Kevin Bellamy has made great progress in the art and science of Karate Do martial combatives. This martial art is hereby awarded this Diploma of Advancement to Roku Dan, 6th Dan, and is entitled to wear a red belt with the black stripe, with all the duties and privilege of that rank given under my hand this date, 27th day of February in the year 2021. This has been approved in recognition by Shidoshi Sinclair Thorne, Grandmaster 10 Dan, Shidoshi Ronald Frazier, 10 Dan, Hanshi Philip Suttle, 9 Dan, and myself, Armando Colburn, 9 Dan. Let's give Kevin a big hand. Last but not least, Pan American Goju Martial Arts Association Diploma of Advancement. This is to certify that on this day, Armando I. Colburn Jr. has made great progress in the art and science of Karate Do martial arts combatives. This martial artist is hereby awarded this Diploma of Advancement to Roku Dan, 6th Dan, and is entitled to wear a red belt with a black stripe, with all the duties and privilege of that rank given under my hand this day, 27th day of February in the year 2021, approved in recognition by Shidoshi Sinclair Thorne, Grandmaster 10 Dan, Shidoshi Ronald Frazier 10 Dan, Hanshi Philip Suttle, 9 Dan, and Armando Colburn, 9 Dan. Let's give them a big hand. Now at this time, we have some special recognition. We have somebody that's been practicing with us for the last 2 years. This young lady is a 7 Dan in Shorin Ryu, Matsubayashi Ryu. She also have a 5th Dan in Kobudo, a 5th Dan in Jiu-Jitsu, and a 3rd Dan in Aikido. Her name is Jerry Jones. Raise your hand, Jerry. Let's give her a hand. She's been training with us for the last 2 years and also training at her dojo. So the brotherhood is getting stronger and stronger, or should I say the brother and sisterhood. We also have another person, I don't know if they're still online, they may have fell off. Is Tiger still on? Okay, he's not here. So at this point, what I'm going to do is open it up to the grandmasters that was kind enough to be here with us today, for them to give us words of advice, encouragement, or whatever they choose speaking. So the first person that's going to come up is Shidoshi Keith Teller.
Good afternoon, everyone. It was my great honor and pleasure to receive this invitation to be here today, because I consider myself part of the Pan American Goju family, even though I'm a USA Goju, which we all come from at that point. To the people who have been promoted to Q ranks, you are on the next rung of the ladder. So you have your steps to go before you get to black belt. Those of you who got promoted to black belt, one thing I heard from the Grandmaster of Kung Nu was teaching is learning, but black belt is just the beginning. So you learn from the newest white belt that walks into the dojo to the person that's been training for 40 or 50 years. Keep your training going, keep the training in your heart and in your head, especially during these rough times that's going on in our country right now with COVID. If you're going to train on Zoom, put forth twice the amount of effort. If you get to train in person with your sensei, put forth 100% of your effort. So congratulations to all, and everybody stay healthy and well.
Thank you. And at this time, we're going to have Shidoshi Ron Frazier.
Karate?
Hey, is
That's Matthew?
what the?
Who's there? Look at his haircut. Why was your cut like that? Somebody did like this for his hair.
Okay, I got to get Frazier to unmute this phone or his computer. Working on that. Okay, you got it. Still can't hear you.
Is it muted?
Yeah, he's unmuted, but the volume might be low. There might be a problem with his computer. So we will come back to him.
You said what?
Oh, y'all saying mute myself. Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're gonna go while Shidoshi Frazier work on his mic. We have other. I hear something. I even lost him on the screen now.
This just sounds a little fuzzy.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that sound better there? Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, sound like a robot.
Okay, that sounds better.
That better, Armando?
Yeah, there.
Okay. Thank you and congratulations. Welcome to having me come to each other day. Audio talk and stuff. Yeah.
They've done good work, great work. And also congratulations to you as well, Chair Mondo. Good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And now I would like to have my sensei Kokami to say a few words.
Good day to all. It's always a pleasure. I hope everyone can hear me. Coming up as a black belt, we all start with what we can achieve. And as we become more and more engulfed in the martial arts, we begin to understand that it's not about our accomplishment, but what we can pass on and the accomplishment of our students. I have seen so many of you come through the door as white belts and are now black belts, or lower ranked belts and are now black belts. I have seen some that I thought wouldn't even last the journey, but I'm very proud of them that they proved me wrong, because I love being proved wrong in the martial arts. It is a journey. Enjoy the ride. It is a lifetime experience. And remember, when someone say you can't, always say you can. It has always been a pleasure to be in the company of Hanchi Armando, who has taught me so many life lessons, not just the aspect of kicking and punching, but how to be more than just a karateka, but to be a true Bushido. And that is the aim and the goal for all martial arts. Remember, it's about sharing and keeping the art alive, not about a system or a style, because at one point it was all just known as Tay. So congratulations to all promotions, and I enjoy as always.
Thank you, Sensei. Right. I know Desmond has been getting on and off because he's actually at work. So I don't know if he's still on.
I'm here.
Okay, well, while we got you on, I would like to make an announcement regarding you.
Oh,
that on
okay.
this day, Desmond Diaz is hereby awarded the title of Kyoshi and is appointed as the Pan American Goju West Coast Regional Director. Let's give him a hand.
Oh my gosh, wow. Thank you, sir. That is.
Would you like to say something, sir?
Oh God. Sure. I definitely didn't see this coming at all. I'm thankful to you for all the years that you put into me, all of these senseis here that have taught me everything over the years and my time in the martial arts. I've been grateful to every experience that I've had with every instructor, every dojo mates, everybody over this time that have helped mold me into what I am. And all I can do is hope that I can do the same for others that so many has done for me. Thank you.
Thank you. And this will pretty much conclude everything. If everybody wants, they can unmute their mics. And if they want to speak to each other, that will be fine. Hold on a minute. We got one last person that just logged in. And we really appreciate everybody. We're going to have class on Monday at 6:30, same login. So let's make an effort to be there. Anybody else would like to say something? There's a lot of people on the call that I do not recognize, but I know they're related to somebody. So if you would like to say something, this is your turn.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Destiny.
I want to say congratulations also to everyone, and I apologize for chiming in late. Obviously, I have to make it a big appearance, and I see a few people smiling even behind their mask. You know, I'm glad to see that everybody is still moving forward, staying healthy, and I'm looking forward to us having a personal visit sometime in 2021. Hopefully, we can get beyond this.
All right, congratulations, everybody. I'm sorry if y'all were laughing at us. We didn't know we was unmuted. But Matthew was my little brother. But congratulations. So now that he's a black belt, am I allowed to put the pause on him?
Absolutely.
Definitely. We wouldn't have it no other way.
You have my blessing.
No,
Right.
the question is him putting the pause on you.
And Desmond,
Yes.
were you a Kyoshi punch?
Oh God. Well, you're gonna have to come find me in Seattle, sir.
I had to come down there and find you.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And someday we will all get together and recertify this. This doesn't take away from this event. We just like to tie the belt around your waist and punch you in the stomach, you know? So we are missing this today, and I'm so unhappy. Now I have to go and hit my bag, you know, but soon we'll be able to do it together.
Absolutely.
Anybody besides Hanshi Teller and Shidoshi Frazier is teaching in person?
I'm starting a small class that's been going on for about a few weeks. I started early, but I've had some issues with my family, so I've been doing a lot of traveling. I'm back now. Hopefully I can stabilize, but I am doing a very, very small class, but mostly it's on Zoom, and I'm struggling with that. Zoom is a different experience.
Yes, it is.
But I'm happy to see, you know, everyone, Hanshi Teller and Shidoshi Frazier, and, you know, all of you. It's good to see your faces.
Same.
Hanshi Kakami, good to see you. And is that Sensei Carl Brown I see in the background over there? Okay, good to see you.
That reminds me, I'm gonna have to talk to Kakami afterwards about signing my certificate.
What, you mean I actually get to sign your certificate?
Only this time I'll allow it. But I'll make sure you get the proper ink, you know, some ostrich ink or something that we can get for that.
Oh, well, thank you, Grand Poobah.
You're welcome. Don't let it get to your head, though.
Sensei Jerry, good to see your face also. Everything's well?
Yes, yes, yes.
Everything has been well. So far, we are so glad we are safe. And let's keep it that way. The first thing we are planning is actually to do a beach training. And we're gonna have Chris set that up. We're gonna meet one day early in the morning, probably like 6 a.m. and train at the beach. So more details to follow. So we're gonna do it on a weekend, you know, so there won't be no excuses. And we want to try to get everybody involved.
Sounds good.
Please do
Awesome.
beach training. I'm here for it.
Okay.
So, Shadosha Frazier, are you okay? Or is he not just talking because I chimed in?
No, he's having some problem with his audio.
It's interfering with his website.
Yeah, he has one of the different headsets.
What, the
Okay.
first one?
Yeah, the first version.
Yeah. We'll get you guys there at some point, you know. Make you guys black belts on the internet.
Is everyone aware that,
New headset.
let's say Mike Foster passed away a few weeks back?
I believe so.
Yes, I'm aware.
That's a
Yes, yes.
Anyway,
Are you okay?
yeah.
so what we will do is actually, if the black belts, we want to talk to each other, well, let's call each other on the phone. We
Yeah.
can do like a conference call where one person hook the other person up. It will be a lot clearer. And
Yeah.
then we're gonna release this group. And I
Okay.
just want to thank you all for coming. Thank you all for your hard work, dedication. I'm proud that we have been able to keep up despite all the controversies and everything that's going on in the world. This is just what a karate is all about. Doesn't matter what's happening, we're gonna overcome, no matter what.
Absolutely.
And you all are
Absolutely.
definitely showing it each and every day. So I'm so thankful for you all.
Outside running into my house with your keys.
Right, well, let's dismiss the group. Attention,
All right. Yes, sir.
down. Dismiss. Whoosh.
Take care.
See you all on Monday.
Take care.
Monday.
Desmond, I can't say that you're only an hour and a half away anymore.
No, not at all.
But my son is 3 hours south of you, so
Where is he, in Portland?
he's in Portland.
Yeah, and we're playing Portland today.
Yeah, he goes up to Seattle to see my niece quite a bit, so I'll get your information from you and pass it along
Absolutely.
to him.
Yeah, and I'll be out there in Portland in a couple of weeks with the team because we got to play them too over there.
All right, I'll let him know.
All right, that sounds good.
Larry, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Sensei.
I talk to Chris all the time, so I get the scoop about the training.
Yeah, well, he's the one. He likes to do a lot of talking. You know, I'm the quiet one.
Yeah.
Understatement.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's good to see everybody. I have been traveling up and down the road. I haven't been up in the Gainesville, but Alabama and Orlando primarily. So I asked for you guys to pray for my family. They've been going through some things.
You got it.
A few months, but it looks like it's gonna get better.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Keeping them in our prayers.
Yes. Okay.
Miss you all
right,
so
everybody,
much.
Stay safe, stay healthy.
You too.
Do the same.
Be blessed, everyone.
All
Okay.
right.
Take care.
Thank you.
Care. Love you all.
Love you too, sir.
Love you too, Archie.
Yeah.